All right, I see. Everybody is a star who could reign and chase the dust away. Everybody wants to shine, but who'll come out on a cloudy day? 'Tis the sun that loves you round when the system tries to bring you down. Ever had to shine at night? You don't need darkness to do what you think is right. Ooh. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-bum-bum-bum, bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Da-da. Ooh, ooh. Everybody is a star. I can feel it when you shine on me. I love you for who you are, and not the one you feel you need to be. Ever catch a falling star? I'm sorry. Ain't no stopping till it hits the ground. Everybody is a star. One big circle going round and round. Ooh. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Man, I want to thank Sylvester Stewart. Sly. Oh, very profound songwriter, y'all, and artist that was just only had one serious problem. Well, you know, we ain't gonna talk about our proclivities or our shortcomings. But if Sly had any problem, is that he was way too before his time. And a lot of people don't really appreciate what he brought to us as an artist, especially during this Black History Month. I want to honor him. Sylvester, you just was too much. Okay, now let me say this. Family. There's Danielle, a young lady that's on the internet, and I'm sure a lot of y'all might be familiar with her channel. Actually, I really want to encourage you to go over to her channel. And if you like this kind of content, Danielle's channel reflect on how we got here. And she has a master's degree in history and never got on this YouTube and thought she would experience the hate that she encounters just for telling the truth. Her intention was to just follow her ancestors. And during that process, uncovered a lot of things that not the Black community, because we know how we are. We love truth, really. Especially when it talks about our experience here. We might not like it too much when it comes individually to what our responsibilities are. But we love the truth when it comes to how we got here and what has happened to us since we've been here. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to play a little bit of her for you. And what was this? Pure White, I think it was called, is White America to become a Negroid nation? And this was way back in July 22nd, 1923. See, this is y'all want to know how we got here? These people have been relentless. And because we relaxed just a little bit, like we thought everybody is entitled to, this game of race just keeps going on and on and on and on for some psychopaths. And we have to really just acknowledge that. Okay? So, I want y'all to deal with this, okay? And I want y'all to tell me what you think about it, okay? Again, her channel is called NYTN. Her name is Danielle. And her channel is I'm telling you, it's very deep. A lot of y'all might be familiar with her, but if you ain't, go check her out. Okay? Here we go.
Most true white folks do not consider the mongrelizing of the pure white race as being a virtue. Anyone who's not a Northern European in America is a mongrel and is contributing to the ruin of America. Where you're bringing over the people that you consider undesirable, then you're going to have children with these people. You can't unring that bell. Hi, my name is Danielle Romero, and here on my channel we study American identity and family stories. I'm a historian, and I've got my master's degree in education, and I almost never bring this up because I think you can be a historian without going to school for it formally, but it's relevant right now. So right now we're in the middle of studying the Racial Integrity Act. This was an act passed in 1924 in Virginia, but it had long arms, where there was this push to try to make America a racially pure white nation. I just put out the first episode last week, got a lot of comments, and I wanted to respond to one comment in particular that, to be quite honest, took my breath away. Nothing that someone can say can get at me, but sometimes the comments are so shocking that I can't believe these people are truly rubbing shoulders with me at Target, at the grocery store. I feel like comments like this, well, I should take a step back. I see myself as a centrist, probably a populist. I mean, I don't know a lot of the political jargon. I don't really like to pick a term and put myself under that umbrella. That's just not my style. Comments like this, I feel like they're radicalizing me, truly. If you didn't watch that video, a law had passed.
Let's unbox the new Clarence Double Serum and break down this new formula.
Yeah, where they were going after people who had any African ancestry at all. I mean, we're talking could be like 7 generations back. Someone got their feathers ruffled. Okay, this person said, I would say the creator of this video is one of...
Does it sound like what's going on today? But just let me shut up.
Obsessed with race, and being recognized as colored obviously upsets her. It appears she considers coloreds as inferior to whites and is trying desperately to pass as white. Such views are by definition racist. Now this is nonsense. So I just responded and I just said, you go after all historians or just ones who study this era. I'm using primary sources from the Library of Congress. Now, one thing that happens a lot is, and the spicy part we're going to get to, you're allowed to study basically any history you want except this.
Yep.
I didn't know that till I got on YouTube. My channel started with family stories, but it's tangential to my family story and many other family stories here in the United States and abroad, where there are secrets to the family tree. You need historical context to understand that. I've been trying to create that and provide that as well. Talking about the history of race in America does not make one racist. This is just a terrible argument that I see over and over again. It's like saying that the fire alarm beeping is the cause for the fire. No. That fire has been burning. The alarm is letting me know something is wrong. So he said, I do not consider slurring people as studying history, so he didn't like that I didn't like the Racial Integrity Act. My family came from England to Virginia in 1701. My parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents supported the Racial Integrity Act. They were not sick, as you have slurred them. I would beg to differ, but we'll get to that. The name Racial Integrity Act itself indicates the virtue of the act and its supporters. Most true white folks do not consider the mongrelizing of the pure white race as being a virtue. We know what it is, racial genocide. I want to pause here and talk about genocide. The idea that you're going to take people from other continents, bring them over as slaves, and also eradicate and enslave people who are already here. And I'm not saying like all these people are innocent in this mix. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the idea that you're going to come to an occupied territory, bringing slaves with you, and babies are born. They're not coming from the Cabbage Patch. Like, where do you think these babies are coming from? These babies usually are the result of a white man and a non-white woman. So this mongrelizing idea, we'll get to that too. We know what it is, racial genocide. Here's the thing.
It's psychosis.
If
it's
racial
psychotic.
purity, I do believe that nations should be allowed to retain the essence of who they are, but if his family is from England, well, go stay in England. Be English in England. If left unchecked, the result will be a future with no people with blue eyes or blonde hair or white skin. Here's the crux of it. He's making an assumption about me and a bunch of other people if they don't have certain features. I wonder if you would consider Colin Firth a mongrel. White folks who consider that result as good are sick. Look around you. The society you live in was created by white men, aka Northern Europeans. Keep that in your head. We developed technology, we created culture, all this stuff. Okay, so he's going on about all the things that Northern Europeans have done, and then he ends his comments with Latin. Now, I took Latin for a couple years in college, or a couple semesters in college, I can't remember now. I took Latin, I took Spanish, and I took Russian. And what I know about Latin, I shared with him here. I said, well, you don't consider Italians to be white. Because you say Northern Europeans, blonde hair, blue eyes, only Northern Europeans. I said, you mentioned Northern Europeans, and yet you finished your essay in Latin, which originated in Italy. Here is one of the main issues. It's true. People say, well, you shouldn't have videos that say, well, how Italians became white. That's garbage. That's stuff like that. Dude, there are people out there right now who are like, America should only be Northern European. At the time of the Racial Integrity Act, literally the same year, that was the year that immigration was essentially halted from many other countries, and it halted 99.6% of Southern Italians, or just Italians really, but Southern Italians were the ones coming. Southern Italians from immigrating to the United States. My dad's grandfather got in, I think, 1923 or something. I mean, he just barely made that cut to get into the U.S. Anyone who's not a Northern European in America is a mongrel and is contributing to the ruin of America. This is way more widely held of a belief than I want to admit, honestly, because it is sad to me. Okay, so that's this person's comment. I want to read one other comment.
Hard to believe.
Let me say this. What happens is when you live an isolated life, sort of, kind of, and you get in the teacher circle or, you know, the academia part of, you know, studying, and you hang around with a group of people, just like if you a thug, you know, you're going to find other thugs to hang out with. And even though you might have started off researching one particular thing, like your ancestors. How many of y'all on Ancestry.com? Somebody found me that was my brother. I look at him and I can tell he's my brother. As a matter of fact, I hope he's listening, because I'm really wanting to talk to you. And I don't know what I did with your phone number. Charge it to my head and not my heart. What happens is this journey that this woman is on is allowing her, because see, you'll never know another person unless you walk a mile in their moccasins. If you don't know what they're going through, you don't have no right to make an opinion or anything about it. unless you lived it, you know it, been through it, teach about it, experienced it. Those are your credentials. Because everybody that does historian work, again, like she said, you don't have to have a master's degree. And those of us who have lived this, there is no better educator about this situation, about race, than us. And look at all the prophets that God has sent, if you believe that, or the creation or the universe has sent us to rebel against this system of injustice. And I'm saying that to say, I know you're saying, well, where you going? I'm going with this for somebody like her who hung out with certain people in academia. And now, through the innocence of and being a history major, that's why I said the Creator brings you right along at the right time. Her, during this personal journey, she's found out all these black people in her world. She thought she was Italian. Okay, and you can hear her, if you would just hear her as vocally, audially, you would just think she's a white woman. That's what we call her. She's got brown hair. However, she's got a white spirit. But what has happened is she's found out that she too is living with demons. And she may not describe it that way. Psychopathic individuals who have just distorted living for a certain amount of a sector of society that is really psychotic. And it doesn't allow her to teach about the way she wants to, because the people coming out now like, why you want to talk about race and why you want to... And it is amazing to me every time a person have to walk down this road that we walk down every day. Let me finish.
Yeah. This person said, let me make something historically clear. I'm like, woof, okay. This is getting historical with me. The country was created for the immigration of white people and not non-whites. Cry all you want to. You aren't white. You'll never be white. So stop crying about it. You will always be a 14th Amendment citizen, as will all of your descendants. You know I'm proud of my ancestry. All my ancestry. The Irish, the Italian, the African, the Creole, the Mexican, the indigenous, all the ones I don't even know about yet. There's a ton that I don't even know yet. But my ancestry is mostly European. I'm mostly European. I was raised to see myself not as white. I said that before, but really, I was raised to be Italian. You can see, like, getting a little passionate here. How are we still in a world where there are people gatekeeping who is white enough to be an American? I don't deny, I truly, and this is where maybe I'm too centrist, I truly don't deny a country the right to want to be the essence of who they are. That's fine. But if you're going to bring over millions of enslaved people to come to your work, or you're bringing over the people that you consider undesirable, then you're going to have children with these people. You can't unring that bell. You can't unring that bell. What does it look like for in 2024 for people to be trying to unring that bell now? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I have to say, there is not one day that I have ever regretted sitting here publicly to the whole world talking about all my ancestry as I'm finding it out in real time. Because like I said, I was raised to see myself as Italian, kind of Irish, maybe a little French. Didn't know anything about the rest of my heritage. And I've been doing that publicly here with you. And it's not only me learning this stuff publicly, but it's learning how the world is reacting to me publicly. How are they reacting to me? How have they been reacting to me where I didn't realize? But there are so many folks like this out there coming after me. And I'm like, if they're coming after me, who was not raised as a person of color, did not see myself that way, what the heck is happening to all of the people out there who aren't ambiguous, who are just... I'm just so frustrated.
Y'all hear that? Yeah. Because if it's happening to you, what do you think we feel? Especially being the recipients of all this craziness. You want to have sex with us, you want to have babies with us, and then you want to say we 3/5 of a human. Then you want to call us mulatto and all kinds of stuff, and we're, genetic mutants and all that, but yet and still you down here sleeping with us, procreating with us. It's the highest form of psychosis. It really is. It really is. And so, to wrap this up, I'm going to let her finish.
Heartbroken because, like I said, I don't ever want to get political. These people are making it political. I'm a history teacher. This is what I do. I'm studying American history. So there are parts of American history that we're not allowed to talk about. It makes us racist to talk about racism in the past. Make that make sense for me. I'm still going to work on this series. I want to show you a little sneak peek on an upcoming video.
Now, y'all hear that? Y'all hear? She getting more hate than she ever got in her life just because she wants to talk about race. It's got to be dealt with, y'all. And I'm not, y'all young people out here, what you true to, whether it's blue, whether it's red, no matter what, at some point, y'all gonna have to get ready to fight. Y'all gonna have to fight for your babies. You're gonna have to fight for your generation, because guess what? Like John Lennon said, but we'll talk about that later, but you know what he say? You say you want a revolution. Well, for real though. Because this is crazy. They are leaving you really no alternative. Now I want you to think about that. All the censorship, YouTube. I don't do this because, I mean, at this point, I don't do this because I'm expecting anything, because my content is not what YouTube want to push. I thought I was doing mental health content, because being black in America, you definitely need mental health, because we living with psychopaths, and it's certainly not fair to us. But who gives a damn about being fair, right? But then you see these people jumping around talking about, we're concerned about what foster home you go to. We're concerned about your... And you like, what? Y'all the main culprit of craziness. But that's all right. Let me stop. Okay, so if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. I hope that you do. And I will see y'all in the next video. I thank you for listening. Please like or don't like. Either way, it don't matter. Just participate with me. I'm trying to get this together. I think I'm doing a good job. Pretty soon the live stream is coming and my camera is coming up. So I want y'all to stick with me. I appreciate all of y'all who have. Okay? But it don't cost you nothing to say, hey, I liked the video, or I didn't like it, or whatever. What you think I could have done better. Whatever it is, I want to hear from you. Okay? All right. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share the video. I'm going to see you in the next one.